In this video we are going to create a flower-shaped cookie cutter. So to do that we are going to use Tinkercad, so head on over to tinkercad.com and sign in any way you know how. I've signed in using my school Google account. Once you've signed in, click on to create new design. And here is our work plane. This is far too big for our cookie cutter that we want to create, so I'm going to click on to edit grid and change the width to 70 and the length to 70, and then click on to update grid. Then I'm going to zoom in using the wheel button on my mouse. Make sure you use a proper mouse for this. It makes life far more easier than it would do if you use a trackpad. So I am going to use the tube. We'll start off with the tube. I am going to set the wall thickness to 3mm because we want it to be fairly sturdy cookie cutter. Sides, I am going to put that up to the maximum. That will mean it will be nice and smooth. And now I'm going to change what it looks like. So I'm going to squash it down a little bit, make it a little bit wider, and this will eventually become one of the petals. Now, once I am happy with the shape, I am going to press Ctrl D, and then I'm going to rotate it 45 degrees. So you should be able to work out how many petals this will create. 360 divided by 45 is, see if you can work it out. Now, after you've rotated it, take your hand off the mouse completely and then use the arrow keys to position the petal where you want. It's really important that you use the arrow keys, you don't press anything on the mouse. The reason why is because now when you press Ctrl and D to duplicate the shape, see what happens. Yes, the computer will automatically rotate the petal. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So now we've got our petals. I'm going to press Ctrl A and group those together. Then I want this to be an appropriate size, so I'm going to add my ruler in the bottom left hand corner, and then with this selected I'm going to change this this one to 70, this one to 70, and position it in the bottom left hand corner, changing both of these to 0. For the height, I'm going to want this to be 25, and now I want a hole in the middle as well, so I'm going to use the cylinder tool for this one. Let me make this a different colour so it stands out. In fact, I could just make it a hole straight away, I suppose, and then change the number of sides to 64. And then we are going to want this to be slightly bigger, but not too big. And we're also going to want this to be in the middle. So you should be able to work out how to position it. If you know that this is 70 and this is 33, then you should be able to work out where it needs to go. In fact, if we made this 34, that would be slightly easier to do the calculation. Right, press Ctrl A to select everything, group it together, and now we've got a flower-shaped cookie cutter. Wow, how cool is that? Now, as a slight challenge, see if you can figure out how to make one that also has a lip on it around the bottom. See that? It's a little bit more confusing than you think, but that's a nice little challenge, something for you to figure out. Don't forget to give it a name, so flower cookie cutter, and there we have it.